right? Or do you think Rich Hobo's not going to play that Bastion that we see?
Well, I don't.
Right, here
Oh,
we
there
go.
he is. He can swap shots.
Ilios.
So, so it looks like here they're going to go here with a modified. I'm not sure. I don't see a main tank here yet. Sun sailing here, still on the Reaper. So there he is. So there looks like
There,
they're going to be
yeah.
going.
I think this is an okay start. I would probably switch Zarya out and Farah, to be honest, with Hog. Um, and Farah could go. Oh, I guess Farah could stay, but I would go Hog and Lucio, just because this is a boop map and a pull map. With Zarya Farah combo, you can really only grab outside of the point, and only grab inside of the point when you guys actually have the point and it's necessary to use.
Sailing, flying.
Looks like you guys got picked really quickly.
They're going to capture this point relatively easily.
Yeah, right when that first pick with Dawn, that was just it. I'm actually surprised to see him on Zen. I know he's a
So at
very
this
good
point,
champion.
you know what their comp is. It's still early enough where you haven't really built an ult. With the McCree and um, I probably would try and switch unless you really think that you can get some picks. I would probably switch off of Farah.
But Rich Hobo gets taken out here by Mailman. Big kill. Naptime having huge issues
So let me just go back a little bit.
on the engage here, and they're not coming in pulled into a role that's.
You guys are choosing to go the long route back here when they're playing right here. Um, this gives them a lot of room to kind of set up and think about where they're going to go. I would probably play right here and maybe have the flanker go back here and go all the way around. But you probably want to play here just because there's more buildings to hide in. When you go here, you really are just tied to this back wall here and maybe this room here. But at that point, really, they have the advantage because they have this whole entire half here.
We're seeing. So I know that he can be a flex healer though, so he can be everything. And now the engager starts. Cat Chunks here going forward, but Rich Hobo gets taken out here by Mailman. Big kill. Naptime having huge issues on the engage here, and they're not coming in clean. Foxford gets demat.
So it was a good idea to go into that room, but as you saw, each of the entrances of that room was taken by the other team, and you guys were basically stranded and trapped in there and pushed out.
D-Mech, but that's not really going to stop them from getting rolled here as Grumpy Zero and Lokai get some more kills.
With comp like this, it's really it's going to be a shield war.
Yeah, that was a pretty good
Really, whoever can
pretty
break
good
the shield
pull, yeah.
first
Looks like they
is
did
going to be able
really
to
good as a team. Something had happened
walk
after the
right
first
through.
engagement
And
whenever
for them,
Rich got
they're
killed.
doing a better job at it, mostly because you guys have teams that are spread out. You're not getting enough healing with Farah and Mercy up in the air. And so this is a good switch here. Still though, a Hanzo is not going to help break that shield.
Coming through the point, they're going to have to commit to an engager eventually. But since
Now, you guys are playing in this room for way too long. They're already planning to go around you, and they've got this front one taken care of too. And that's just extra spam for them. I mean, look at their ults are just all built up because of that too.
this is just not looking good at all for now.
And that was a wasted Duda bomb on their part.
Did Shiva really need to Valk right there, or was that just using it so that she could build another one?
It might be that it
Now, you guys probably could have taken this Diva out, but you guys are running on such low times. I understand you guys. I gotta get over there quickly. And poor Ryan is hustling so bad. It's just Ryan and Mercy. It looks like good trance to get to stall in here.
trying to just sort of hold the point as best
At this point, Brigade, you're not at an alt yet, so you probably should have switched out to a tracer just to help stall a little bit, or even a Lucio just to get your entire team into the point sooner than later.
Gets the res off, but they get sent off the point. No! Banned by the way there. Take by the way. Res off, but they get
Right here, you guys are playing so dangerously, playing right here instead of playing right here. That's a lot of room for someone to push you off. That could easily be just a diva using her boosters.
Pretty close push there by Naptime. They were looking to see if they could get anything onto the point, but those engagements.
Well, at least that match was quick.
So I mean for Naptime, excuse me. Banned by the way, take an easy point here on Ilios. So now up against it, Naptime.
So this is actually a better map to play Pharah if that's what you guys want to do. I mean, you wouldn't know if they're playing a McCree quite yet, so that's fine. But your guys' comp right now, it's okay. Moira and Brigitte, I probably pause this real quick, but I don't know that I would play Brigitte in this situation, because usually people play on this map will pick a Hog and Orisa, and as you can tell, there's already Hog and Orisas on each team. Assuming that you don't know what the other team's going to play, you're going to probably assume they're going to play Hog and Orisa. Brigitte at that point doesn't really help that much. You can't really bash into an Orisa, and the only thing you can do is bash into a Hog and stop him from using his ult or his heals. So he's not... Brigitte won't be as helpful here, especially this team comp. You probably want to go Lucio, especially because this is a well. This is a really good well to help Hog and Orisa pull people into the well. The other... Yeah, I think I would definitely go Lucio to support your Moira.
Or a little bit of just mobility with regards to the healing, but here comes the engage, following him banned by the way, and onto the point. And now both teams are engaged on both sides of the wall here. It'll be key to see who gets the hook. And Foxer,
great pull. Oh, that's unfortunate though.
Foxer unable to...
Good use of the building to the left of you guys. And it sounded like you guys heard or saw this two over there, and you guys called it out, made them force themselves back, so that's good. Here is where you would need Tracer to kind of go into the back line somehow and distract them, pull them away from the point, because you guys have not captured it yet.
As they're trying to coup, watch for Foxer and Sensailing Hole.
Great pull again.
This time sent into the hole. That might be the cue to go. That looks like it. Looks like Foxer and Lokai here trying to sort of hold off as best they can. Another big
Oh, see, your tanks are doing such a good job. I think I would argue that most of these kills are from the pulls. So really having that Lucio to help even get the Tracer across the map faster, just really distracting, being annoying is best.
Continue on as Mailman here is still behind a pillar, just refusing to disengage. Sensailing here looking for a kill. If Mailman gets killed here, that'll be a terrible stagger.
It's a great capture here, guys.
Getting a lot of great hooks. He's got what, 3 so far?
Brigitte, yeah, I don't even know if I can really comment, because you can't really protect anyone over there besides yourself and your team. I mean, besides yourself and that Tracer over there.
With a quick ult, trying to sort of keep Banned by the way trapped in the back. Coalescence now comes out here by McNamee, sir.
So the only one who can really help you on the right side over here would have to be Junk and Tracer.
Just bad luck here. Sensailing is winning this hog battle into the hole.
Great peels for your Moira over here, by the way, Tracer.
Dreams here. Just seeing that
a hog, you just had to turn around, and there was a Mercy right there. So this is a great time to chase after these two healers. There was only these two healers. Oh, you almost had them. That would have been a great stagger.
And now, 63% here on the take, and it looks like Banned by the way here are going to have to try again.
Yeah, if anything, they're going to have to go for Sensailing first, because they're just so consistent getting those hooks.
Yeah, those hooks have been really...
So Hog, your Orisa's set up right here. You knew that their team was back here. You probably want to stand closer to the choke let me see if I can rewind it a little bit. You probably want to stand right here, and it's fine that you're not behind the thing, but you can make pulls and pull them into here.
Really good here. Boxer has to be careful, and Mailman this time is the next victim to send Sailing's hooks. It's just, oh man, it's just they just need to take him out. There's nothing they can do about it. The bongo goes down now and is trapped, banned by the way here on.
The idea of this map is you want to take over this entire area, but because you guys are taking over only this part of the area, they have free reign to walk around this side. The only reason why they didn't do it from here is because they've been getting pulled, so they've been trying to go this side, knowing that they can't really get pulled when you guys are standing right here, except for the Orisa and maybe the Hog. But if Hog was standing here, Arisa's taking care of the people over here. Hog can make a couple pulls this way. And Junk, I would argue maybe you can stand up here and help spam the inside corridor here, because this is perfect for spamming positions.
On Ilios, Lokai finally get the
and that's where actually Brigitte can help Hog out right there. You guys are doing a really good job holding all of this stuff.
99%. Is there anybody on the point? No. Ban, by the way, concede the well to Naptime.
What a turnaround from that last one.
Oh my god.
Those hooks were amazing, and Ban, by the way,
hooks made the match.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got to believe that that's going to be sort of, those hooks are going to be your candidate for play of the game, as the game loves environmental kills. As we go into the tiebreaker here, it will be Ruins, and we're going to see PLM and Lokai go face to face here in the Widow duel. PLM.
I hope you guys aren't playing Zarya and D.Va. I hope you guys are going to switch that. There we go. I think this is a good setup. I would probably change Moira out to Mercy, though, just because you have one ground tank and one dive tank. It'll give you free range to go to both of them, whereas Moira, you're really counting on both of your tanks to be standing next to each other.
Gets the kill, so PLM loses the duel immediately here, and now it looks like the engage has started right away. They're going to go on the bridge here, trying to see if they can sort of compensate for the fact that they're not going to be in the Widow site, and see if they can catch anybody there. No, it doesn't look like it.
Perfect. That D.Va is in a great position for you guys to get him.
The Widow there will have some free shots at the point. Danzepe actually takes Sponsor out.
This Winston is not contested. He's just jumping on everyone in the back.
Able to get cat chunks out of the mech, and Sailing goes down to Mailman here. So no percentage takes here, but the advantage now looking like
this is a tough situation. You have squishies, you had a baby D.Va and a Brigitte. And Brigitte really had to work overtime just to play as a tank at this right there.
Everyone, and Technician here trying his best. Lokai gets a revenge kill on PLM. These Widow duels.
Right. You see, because nobody was calling out the Winston on the back line on your healers, and on the squishies, he had his ult way before anybody else had theirs. And now, of course, he busts it out just to push everybody off the point. That really needs to be called out, or somebody needs to deal with it. Knowing that they have a Winston, I would probably swap off of Widow. Unless you know you can win a Widow fight and avoid the Winston at the same time. But because they're playing two dive tanks and Widow, and I mean arguably a Hanzo, playing a Widow against that team is just really dangerous.
Just been going back and forth, but the advantage here with Naptime as Technician here on the point, trying to be kept up here by Shiva as best as they can.
Right there, I can see Ryan and D.Va both looked at a Mercy over here, and then said, "I don't know which one I kill. Should I kill Winston or Mercy?" In that situation, when there was just a Winston and a Mercy, I would probably go for the Mercy first, knowing that Winston has been staying alive, probably because of that Mercy.
Unleashes the dragon right into the into Naptime space.
But it was basically a lost fight. It was just you two.
At point A.
Wow, that was a really long cap.
It took forever, and I think.
So this would have been a good time to switch your heroes out if you feel like it wasn't working.
Now
And the only real picks were the widows picking each other.
they were picking.
I think you just used, that was a good rally, yeah.
The widow duelists, the PLM needed to get the kills because they have no mercy on their side. Oh, and Catch Chunks takes Technician out. Are they going to have to burn a res here? The team comes in. No, they don't elect to res.
Good job, Diva, standing around that Winston. Don't allow that that res.
Their best to sort of hold on to the point. They lose Grumpy Zero. And now
Good job, Diva, on just keeping that Widow busy as well.
they get sent sailing though. How? I have no idea. But they
Again, nobody is paying attention to this Winston.
with no Eternal Shiva and no main healing. That's
There we go.
for Naptime. They're going to cap the point, but only giving up 45%.
I'm not. Did you see how they got the Rhine with that bomb? I didn't even see how they did that. Must have been another Rhine.
Moira, in this situation, with this type of team comp, because you're not playing Mercy and you can't fly to Diva and Ryan, it is so important for you to throw your orbs and really count on your orbs to do most of the healing. You only want to use your spray, and I don't know if you do know, but don't hold down the spray. Actually, you're doing that right now, so I'll just see.
Ryan being really, really buggy.
Okay, so it looks like you were spraying like that in motions. You need to be, especially when they're setting up and you're just healing, it looks like Diva. You need to be spraying in like fast pulses, because you're healing sprays over time, and I think a lot of Moiras don't really, they either don't know that or they're not used to it, but because they play heroes like Mercy and other support heroes, they're just holding it. You need to just spray it. You can do just a spray like I would say like burst spray, and that would take care of it. Just like 3 burst sprays, and that should heal them up. But do not rely on your sprays. Definitely rely on your orbs. Your orbs are going to be the ones to heal the team the most.
I was calling a tournament earlier today, and there was a Rhine bug that cost the team a win. So really, really bad here what's going on with regards to Rhine. Lokai takes out PLM, no res available on the side of Naptime, so they're going to have to wait for PLM to come back, but they're pushing their advantage here, trying to get as much space as they can, but kills going all the way up, Van by the way, trying to sort of keep them fighting off the point. Finally, it looks like
I'm gonna rewind this a little bit. So I don't know where your Brigitte was playing here.
Rhine with that bomb. I didn't even see how they did that. Must have been another Rhine bug.
Yeah, it might have been another Rhine bug here. The Rhine being really, really buggy. I was calling a tournament earlier today, and there was.
So right here, your main tanks are all on this side, and you're solo on this side against another tank. And this other team can see that your team is over here, but you're just by yourself here. That's an easy target, and because of that, you died. You were one of the first ones to die.
And there was a Rhine bug.
Instead, play close to your tanks, always. When you're by yourself, thinking that you can take on just the Winston, even if you do Inspire, it's not benefiting anyone because there's nobody around you.
That cost the team a win, so really, really bad here what's going on with regards to Rhine. Lokai takes out PLM, no res.
Good use of coalescence here,
They're going to have to wait
but I don't think it's going to be enough to save the team. So here too, Moira, I think it was, I don't think you had time to really think about it, but you threw an orb this way when your team is retrieving back this way. Let's see. Yeah, so you threw it happened so fast, but you threw it out into the open. So really, so say like there was pillars over here, right? And this is the pit. You threw it down this way. Your orb is just gonna keep going, and it's hitting nobody because the enemy team's right here. You really need to be throwing your orb into the pit because that's where your team's gonna be retrieving, and that way it bounces back and forth.
Off the point. Finally,
But I think, even so, you guys were outnumbered, unfortunately. Just losing the brigade is already a 5 versus 6 fight.
really respectable.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad take.
Not at all.
It's going back and forth, so this is a really nice, even matchup right now.
Yeah, neither team wants to sort of give up this point with regards to because they would end up literally giving up a win here. Lokai takes PLM
With
again.
your
PLM
healing situation right now, if you would just swap off a brigade and then to like Lucio and Widow could go a third tank, I would argue like a Winston, you guys could really probably last a little longer in this particular fight. That way Winston and Diva can jump on their Widow. So that's just a suggestion on one of the team comp changes.
is officially losing this duel, and now he has switched over to the Pharah. That is gutsy, considering that Lokai here on the Widow on the other side is going to be sort of targeting him exclusively, and I don't know if he's going to be able to get any sort of kills here. Looks like a bomb gets sent out here, will take Eternal Shiva out, and that is a kill that they needed. Catch Chunks gets killed, but they get the kill that they want. No Mercy here on the point is going to be key here with regards to retaking this point. Since Sailing takes out Grumpy Zero, they just need to make sure they fight on the point. Earthshatter gets Boxer here in the back, but they're going to be blowing their ults to sort of delay this all the way to 99. Boxer takes out PLM into danger, sir. And my goodness,
Oh, you guys needed to go towards your brigade when it's rallying.
Rallied by Donzeppe, and they're going to try to stall here, 99%. It looks like
Good
they
hold.
might as well just retreat here and give up.
Definitely. Oh. See, with the three of you guys, I would argue, because there was only a Zen back here, two of you guys should have went up for that Hanzo.
Man here trapped in a terrible
Because the rest of your team was coming already. They were staggered.
Looks like a coalescence here was popped right away. Maybe it was an emergency.
And at that point, you guys were winning the fight. There was no need to use a coalescence there.
He gets away with it. Mailman's in a dangerous position as now they re-engage. These fights are non-stop. Technician actually jumps right on in with Boxer as
This is good. Keeping the brigade with your tanks back here, because they only had tanks. That was good.
Got demected at the time. That is 2 dragons in a span of 25 seconds. Grumpy has just been doing work here on the Hanzo, getting as much damage as he can. Grumpy, but he gets taken out here, 74% on the top. Now it looks like Shiva actually pops the Valkyrie to get the res off on Boxer, who can remech. If they can get her in the mech, they do. So this fight will continue. Nobody is still down on the point. And now a Diva
It kind of looks like there was lack of target calling when there was like 4 people on that point, but I mean, you guys did it, so good hold. This is great. Now you guys push up a little bit, knowing that you guys have the advantage. Tracer going back is good call. I don't know that Ryan and Diva needed to go all the way back, but because you guys did, they forced themselves in, and you guys kind of all just fell back.
Eternal Shiva here keeping Foxer alive. Eternal Shiva diving onto the point. Banned, by the way, cannot lose this.
Rally. Alright, good.
As they are staggering like crazy.
So they went Lucio, which was a good stall tactic, but ultimately it didn't work.
Even out this fight, Naptime take Ilios 2-1.
Good job,
That
guys.
was a really close match. That back cap by Hanzo was pretty clutch in helping them try to save the point.